Hi everyone, it's Diane. It's Sunday afternoon. I have a short time here that I can just play a little bit. So I've got kind of two stacks of stuff that need to be put into my Smash book. So, okay, I don't know what that goes to. Okay, so I'm just going to do a few pages, I guess. I am not going to try to put everything in any kind of order. Just going to, see where we go today. Now, I came across this old picture of my grandmother back in the 60s. She was a music teacher. This is her school photo that appeared in the yearbook. I remember being in first grade or kindergarten and her being the music teacher. And what I remember is her playing the piano, and we had rhythm instruments, and we kind of marched around the room playing our rhythm instruments while she played the piano. And also, she gave me my piano lesson. She's the one that taught me how to play the piano. So this has to go in. I was thinking about putting it in my childhood book, but I might put it in the My Favorite Things book on my pages about music. And then this is just a little funny drawing that my daughter made for me. It's just funny. And she was an adult when she made it. She's not an artist, so she just did a little cartoony image of, I guess that's her singing, which is really funny. She does have a beautiful voice, and me playing the piano and singing. But I can't glue this down because on the back she wrote, "Pardon me, boys, is that the cat that chewed your new shoes?" I don't know where she heard that, but love that. And she's just got a wonderful sense of humor. So I think I'm going to put them in this one and put it on my music page. I did a video yesterday about these junk journals, so if you wanted more details about the journals themselves, you can watch that video. I lined this vellum piece up so that it matches what's behind it. These are an old DCWV set of papers, and this one came from something else. I think this is also DCWV, but not the same pad. So this pad, 6x6 pad, was 75 cents at Walmart, and I got it because sometimes I just need some dark papers to back things with. 75 cents. So I'm gonna put this on here. No, I can't. I can't do that. Diane, what are you thinking? Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I want it to stand out against the background. So I'm gonna glue the background to the page, and then I'll do a flip out so you can read what's on the back. But I kind of want to make it a little straighter. There are no straight edges on this for me to go with, though. Hopefully that's a little bit straighter, because you kind of need a straight edge to put on the straight edge here. Whoop. That's the scoring. Nope, that's not going to work. It's going to tear it. So I will just eyeball it and try to make it a little better. That one didn't work. Well, it's better anyway. Who says we need perfection? We do not need perfection. Alright, so I still need my paper cutter, don't I? got a supply of music papers and things that I can use to further decorate, but I'm just gonna glue these down right now. Maybe I'll get out one of my musical flashcards. Found them. I'm going to bind this in. So I'm going to just punch some holes in it. And I don't see my little scissors right off the bat. They're probably buried, so I'm just going to snip right there. And just push this right in. And now it's bound in. Now I have that ABBA song in my head. There's an ABBA song called Andante Andante, and that's in my head because I saw that word. Okay. All right, so I am just going to put this right here. Just getting something to glue on. And I'll use some washi tape to put that on. Wonder if I have any musical washi tape. Well, I know none of my washi tape is musical, but music themed, yes. Wouldn't it be fun to have musical washi tape? Now I have the Chattanooga Choo Choo song in my head. I guess if I'm going to do musical pages, I'm just going to end up with music in my head, right? And that's not a bad thing. Pardon me, boy, is that the cat that chewed your new shoes? I was going to put this on, but just for decoration, but I think I want something a little brighter. Let's do some yellow. I'm not gluing this, it's just my book. Okay, I need to write on white paper here. Make sure it's gonna write. I just tested all of these when I organized over there. Just a little note about what that cartoon is. I brought over 3 of these just in case they didn't work. Now I'm going to put Grandma over here. This is a natural sign which cancels a sharp or a flat. If you're playing, oh, that tape didn't stick at all. If you're playing a song that has a B flats in it, and you see that natural written by a B on your music, then you know that you have to play that as a natural B and not a B flat. What is up with this tape? Well, I'm not using that for these, my goodness. I'm gonna have to use glue. I could put that on, which gives the definition, but I like the large size of that natural right there. I hate covering up that beautiful piano, but it's right there. I don't think I'm going to do anything to that vellum piece. Okay. I also found this pen, Jelly Roll black pen, while I was organizing. Might as well use it. maybe. I don't want to use it if it's not going to write well. My grandmother, Catherine Kingsley Passmore, was the elementary. I don't think she did it for very many years. I don't know what she did before she had kids. She went to college for music, got a bachelor's degree in music, I think, music education. And I only remember her teaching music in school when I was, maybe for a couple years, when I was really little. But she gave piano lessons in her home for many, many years. And I had my lessons on Saturdays. She had 11 grandkids, and she gave us all free piano lessons. And most of us didn't stick with it. I did. And I have a sister that plays. So I'm writing about her piano lessons. We had 6 kids in our family, so if we hadn't had the free lessons from her, I know I wouldn't have learned to play the piano. I don't really like the way this pen writes. Okay. And I'll add some more musical stuff to that. I have things to get out and use, but I'm not getting them out right now. See what else is in my pile. I found these bands that came around, 2 more of the uppercase books. Not the most recent one, and I don't know if I threw that away or if I'll find it downstairs, but see if I can find where I put those first ones. See, when I first discovered the Uppercase magazine and books, I ordered one of their uppercase books, whatever it was, and they had 2 more in the works for that year. So I pre-ordered them, prepaid them, so that they needed funding so that they could finish printing and publishing them. So, you know, I got one after a few months. There they are. I got one, and then before the end of the year, I got, can't put them right there. Before the end of the year, I got the other one. So I didn't think anything more of it. Then all of a sudden, that would have been these 3, I think. And then, since then, I've gotten 3 more. And so apparently, when I signed up to pre-order those 3, I was signing up to pre-order everything they publish. Not everything, but these special, what do they call them? Encyclopedia of Inspiration books. So it was a surprise to get these, but I liked it. So I've got Ephemera and Printmaker. This is about people that do stitching, embroidery, and stuff. Feedsax and Botanica is people that do crafts and art with floral, botanical themes or whatever. And then this one is Printmaker and ephemera. Those are really fun pictures to look at. All kinds of vintage ephemera. And then the one I just got was, I think it's called Vintage. So that has some really cool images too. Those are these pieces. Some of these, I just don't want to cover them up. Put that there. And then maybe I can just put a little card there and write about these books that I really like. I found a bunch of these Tim Holtz cards in varying sizes when I cleaned out my Smashbook tote, and I don't remember buying them. But they're recognizable patterns, so they come in this tall, thin size, and this size, and square size, and this size. I don't remember getting these, but I like them, and I don't think I've ever used any of them. Got a busy week coming up. I thought I was gonna, I went to church this morning and had lunch with my son-in-law and my grandsons. We just went to KFC. And I had to come home and take a nap because I was up till, I don't know, 2 o'clock. I got about 4 hours of sleep. So I really needed a nap. So then I figured I would not go to the evening service and just take a break. But I found out that we have a meeting at 5 o'clock for the growth groups, the Sunday school groups that I'm a leader of. I'm a leader of one of the groups. And we just every now and then have a meeting of the leaders to kind of discuss how things are going and, encouragement and stuff. I just didn't know that we had a meeting today. So if I go to the meeting, the church service follows right after that. I suppose I should stay for church, but that's why I'm still wearing my church clothes. So, let's see. Tomorrow I have my grandsons all day. It's Columbus Day. Oh, that means I can't mail packages tomorrow. It's Columbus Day, so my grandson doesn't have school, so I have him all day till his mother gets out. But he has a birthday party, so I have to take him to a birthday party and then pick him up. My other grandson does have school, the charter school, so he'll be here all day doing that. And then Tuesday, I have to work and then go to my granddaughter's soccer game. I don't get to see her very much. She's the oldest one. She lives about an hour away. My son is her dad, but her parents aren't together anymore, so. And she's 17 now. She just turned 17. Hard to believe. And she's very, very busy with activities, so we don't see her much. So I want to go to her game tomorrow. And then Wednesday I have a work meeting. That's her right there. It's a few years ago. So, I don't know. It's just another busy week. I have this little saltwater taffy business card that my daughter brought home from Ocean City, Maryland when they went a couple years ago. So I think I had a pocket I could tuck it into, just because it's cute and I want to keep it. Just tuck it right in there. And I can write on one of these cards what that is. So I'll do that. You don't have to watch me write. And we cleaned out my mom's house. This is a 1976 calendar page, and it has a chocolate cake recipe written on it. 2 different ones. Or is it the same one written? Nope. I don't know. Yeah. It's the same one written twice, I think. But anyway, I wanted it because of her handwriting. She can't make things like that anymore. Well, she could, but she can't eat them. She's gluten-free now. I'm just going to put it right there. This is what do you think of when you think of small moments. Your mother's homemade chocolate cake is a pretty good small moment, isn't it? I'll just cut off the bottom. Really, I just wanted to preserve her handwriting. I've had 2 people text me while I was up here needing answers. I left my phone downstairs, but my Fitbit vibrates and I can read a little bit of their messages on the screen, so I do have to go answer them. One of them is my daughter about babysitting stuff for tomorrow, and the other one's my coworker about what days we're both going to work. Something she needs to know. We split our days up. Okay. So I'm not really trying to go overboard decorating. I don't have time for that. I just need to get things into my books, out of the piles. I want to make sure I make note of the year this calendar was. I'm going to draw an arrow right there, but I have little cutout arrows that I can cover that up with, just so it looks better. And I've got these little things that I need to write on eventually. This is a button card. When I was a teen, my mother owned a fabric store in East Smithfield, Pennsylvania, and it was called the Stitching Post, and then it moved to Troy, Pennsylvania. We lived in East Smithfield, which is a very, very, very small town, and she at one point moved it to Troy, which is still a small town but bigger. And I worked there after I graduated. I did a lot of work there even when I was in school. I didn't get paid, but I could have whatever fabric I wanted. But this is one of the button cards. She would go to Scranton Fabric Outlet, to buy her fabrics, and she would come home with bags of buttons, and I'm not sure where they got the cards printed, but they had buttons and cards. These are glued on. Some of them we actually sewed on, I think, but my sisters and I would sort the buttons, and we spent evenings putting button cards together. This is one, a relic left over from that. I think I'll put that in my childhood book, even though I was a teenager then. Oh, I have this little business card from my church. I was going to put that in that pocket too. Okay, now I remember seeing some little penguins that came from my friend's birthday party. There they are. She wrote this up. A little known made up fact about penguins is that they like acrostics. She has a really good sense of humor. Here is one. I will praise our eternal, never failing God until I'm non-existent. As much as I enjoy my collection of penguins, I would much rather have my collection of friends, and that includes you. So I need to put that in here with her penguins. And she's not kidding when she says her collection of penguins. You go in her living room and they are stuffed in every corner of the entertainment center. They're everywhere. Penguins are everywhere. And she lives with her husband and 2 sons. One of them just moved out about a year ago, so. But she lives with men, and they're putting up with her penguins, but they do it with good humor. She's a sweetheart. I have these little flowers that I stamped. I think I destashed this stamp set, but look how cute it is. You would stamp the flower and then stamp whatever center you wanted. So I can decorate a page with those. I had started filling out some of these Smashbook journaling card things. Which maybe I could find a page to put them. Oh, it's about Grandma Passmore. The same one I just put on my music page. Oh, and here's my other grandma, so I must have been just writing about, oh, because you say this was the best part of Grandma's house. Okay. So I should put them in my childhood book. This is about my childhood, so I'll put those in that book. Here's another drawing my daughter made. I think it was, she had given me a gift. It was for Mother's Day or something, and it was about 31 uses for a mom. She said, I drew these pictures months ago when I was trying to illustrate my own version of 31 uses for a mom. I found them tonight while going through my craft stuff and thought you'd like to have them. This is why I decided to buy the book instead. But truly, home is where your mom is. So it's a picture of a girl with a skin knee and her mom bandaging her. Have to keep that, right? I just don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just looking through my pile. I can put this on my favorite Schwann's Food page. Those are the stickers that the salesman would leave on the notes if someone wasn't home. There's another card that my daughter made. There's Fozzie Bear. Why did the chicken cross the ocean? To celebrate Papa's birthday. Happy birthday, Papa. We love you. It's cute. Well, I think I'm going to have to call it quits for today because I've got to answer those texts I need to kind of organize my stuff better. But I got a little bit done and some direction on a couple other items that I'll have to do. So thank you for hanging out with me on this Saturday afternoon, or Sunday afternoon. And I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.